Before I start the video, I just want to apologize in advance. Some of your usernames, to me, I have no idea how to pronounce. So if I butcher your name, I am so sorry. How are you guys doing today? And welcome to the Q&A. This is where I'm gonna answer a bunch of questions as best of my ability. I'm ready to jump into this, but before I do that, I just want to thank you guys for 5K. It really means a lot. You guys are making me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. You know, you're making a homie feel whole. But yeah, we have Mortal Kombat 11 playing in the background. I think I do a decent job in playing the game. I don't really think I'm good at MK9. So the first question comes from Facts and No Machines, and he asks, does Pestilent Mist still got you? I'm gonna just say this right now. I look up in the sky and I point in the air, and all I say is, if nobody got me, Pestilent Mist got me. Next question comes from The Trench, and he has 3 questions. He asks, what is your favorite weapon in DS3? What's your favorite Souls game? And what got you into Dark Souls? So my favorite weapon in DS3 is got to be the Dragon Slayer's Great Axe. That weapon is just fucking nuts. To answer your next question, my favorite Souls game, it's kind of a tie between Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, but if I have to narrow it down, I'd say Elden Ring. Honestly, I think Elden Ring has, like, when I look at a game, I look at content and replay value, and I think, in my opinion, Elden Ring's got like the most replay value for sure. And to answer your third game, it's kind of a long story. I could just go ahead and say it. I was sitting in my room one day and my brother gave me $1,000 to spend, you know, just cuz. This is back in like 2021. No, this was back in 2022. I'm sorry. Right around the time Elden Ring came out. I remember lingering in the back of my head before my dad passed away. He's like, dude, I think I want a PlayStation 5 and I want FIFA 23. And, you know, that got me, like, that was in the back of my head as soon as my brother got me as soon as he gave me the money. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy myself a PS5. I think that'd be, like, really good. I don't know. So I go on, I boot up OfferUp. I find the cheapest PS5 that I can find. Like, the one that I found was like $600. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know what? I'll buy it. Dude comes, I give him the money, gives me the PS5, and he gives me Call of Duty Vanguard. And I'm like, I don't want this shit. Don't nobody want Vanguard. I hit up my friend Johan. I tell him about it. I'm like, yo, I got a PS5, bro. And he's like, you should get Elden Ring. And I was just looking, I was thinking to myself, what the fuck is an Elden Ring? Right before I bought Elden Ring, I've never heard anything about it. No promos, no trailers, no nothing. And he's like, do you like Dark Souls? And I'm like, I've heard of it, but I've never really like played it at all. Then he tells me, he's like, you've heard of Ghost of Tsushima or like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order? I'm like, yeah, I fucking love those games, dude. He's like, well, you should try it. It's kind of similar. I'm like, ooh, okay, bet. Without a second thought, I boot up my PS5 and I bought Elden Ring. I think this was like the first 3 days that Elden Ring was out, and I just bought it just on a whim, you know, just because my friend told me to. And I'm not gonna lie, those were the best 3 weeks of my life. Just sitting down and playing Elden Ring. Like it was something new. It was something I've never played before. Like the Souls formula was something I've never touched upon, like not even once in my life up until Elden Ring. After I beat Elden Ring, it was like a couple months later. I was itching for more. I was like a crack addict. I'm like, I need a new game. I need a game like this. And he told me, why don't you try Dark Souls 3? And I think this is the best time to try Dark Souls 3. My girlfriend and I had gotten COVID and we were in the same room together. So, you know, that was pretty good. I was taking care of her and playing Dark Souls 3 at the same time. I was feeling awful as shit, but I was playing Dark Souls 3. I was having a ton of fun. Yeah, that's how I got into Dark Souls 3. And then after that, I went down the rabbit hole, as I think everybody else did. Next question comes from, dude, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Okay, what's my favorite video game? To that, I have to say Sonic Generations. That game holds a special place in my heart, especially for the way I got it. I remember I was 11. It was Christmas. It was around Christmas time. I opened up my present. Lo and behold, Sonic Generations was in that bitch. And it was the PS3 version too. I remember beating it all in one night. It's cool that the remake's coming out too, because I'm copping that shit too, dude. I already copped it. My brother and I copped it. Second question is, how are you doing? Everybody asks, where's Antonius? But no one asks, how is Antonius? A little sleep deprived, but, you know, I'm excited that this YouTube stuff is going really well. Can't wait for what the future holds. Not only the channel, but us as a community, you know. I'm really excited to see what's next. The next question is, how did I come up with the channel name? So my name is Anthony. I have a dog. His name is like Francis. I called him Francis because like I wanted to like have a name with Sir and then, you know, something else. So Sir Francis was my dog's name. I was looking at like my name origins and whatnot, and I stumbled across Antonius, and I'm like, bro, Sir Antonius. And that's how Sir Antonius came to be. And your fourth question is social security number. Bro, if I could smack you up the side of the head through the screen, I would, but you know. Okay, my homie Giovanni asked, hey bro, I saw one of your videos and you're actually so entertaining to me. I wanted to say thanks. Keep going. Aw, thank you. I appreciate you, man. The first question is, what do you think is the hardest Soulsborne boss and why? Promise Consort Radon, does he count? Mesmer's pretty hard too. I'm not gonna lie. Mesmer got me tweaking for sure. I'd probably say one of those two, I guess. Mesmer and Promise Consort Radon. Second question is, what are my top 3 bosses in DS3? It's got to go Nameless King, Midir, and I'd want to put Soul Cinder in there. Those are like the three of my favorite bosses within that game. Midir and Nameless King, I it really grew on me for sure. After playing the game multiple times, they really grew on me. And then for Soul Cinder is because of the lore mainly. It's literally you in DS1, and then this motherfucker turns into Gwen. And then the third question is, what about you doing only Reapers run? Do you mean like rapiers or something? If you meant to say rapiers, yeah, sure, I got you. Okay, next question comes from Eric Aguilar 1124. And he asked, any plans on doing one-off videos with other Soulsborne games or Souls-likes? I'd totally be down to doing something like that. I don't want to do like Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Sekiro for sure. Only the games that I own and that I know that run properly, because you know, here I care about quality. Like quality is the thing I care about the most, especially when it comes to making these videos. So I would love to do Elden Ring, but the problem is that like, look, here are my specs, and this is how Elden Ring looks like. Doesn't look that good. The second question Eric asked is, any collabs with Yasmania? Maybe like a video of beating DS3 on your channel and beating DS2 on his channel. I would love to collab with Yasmania. The one I'm in a talks with, the one that I'm like trying to push out, where someone's controlling the boss and, you know, someone's trying to defeat it, that kind of thing. And seamless co-op on DS3. I'm trying to get the mod to work, but you know, I'm not really like tech savvy when it comes to modding in DS3, so I'm gonna like figure it out and then like relay the message to him and whatnot. But yeah, I would definitely love to collab with Yasmania for sure. That's my big dog right there. Next question comes from Dragon X71, and he has 3 questions. And the first question is, what is the best OST of all time? Best in the Soul series. Okay, yeah, that's like 2 questions in one. Hold on. Best OST of all time, best in the Soul series. Of all time, it's gotta be Sonic CD. But within the Soul series, for sure it's gotta be Dark Souls 3. Second question you asked is, what is your go-to Taco Bell order? And I think it's called like the Dorito Crunchwrap Supreme. Our next question comes from Vivola. I think that's how you pronounce your name. And the question is, well, you have a comment here. It says, congratulations, man. I'm happy to see you get the recognition you deserve. Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Question is, which Dark Souls game is your favorite and why is that? This is going to be a weird answer, but I like DS1, especially with this like interconnectivity. You know, like everything's like just connected to each other. Everything connects back to Firelink Shrine in some way. For the first half, for sure, but the second part is kind of falls off a little bit. Next question comes from Connor, and he asks, what games are you playing that you enjoy that aren't from the Soul series? And I got a couple actually. I've been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat X after Yasmania beat the living shit out of me, and he was trying to be humble about it too. I've been playing a fan project called Project Reignition, which is basically like a PC fan remake of Sonic and the Secret Rings. That's been pretty fun. I've also been playing For Honor.
You
What was that?
That was you.
What the fuck was that, bro? No, dude, that shit hit me too. I've been playing a lot of Blasphemous 1 and 2 as well. Yeah, those are the games that I'm currently playing right now. And then your second question is, pineapple or no pineapple on pizza? This might be controversial, but if you were to come up to me and offer me pineapple pizza, I would not refuse. But other than that, I don't think I'd ever order it. Boulder7956 asks, congratulations, what is your favorite boss fight in DS3? And I think I already answered that, and that's Nameless King. Next question comes from the homie Retro, and he asked, did you ever play any Doom games? No, but I have Doom 3 and like I also have like Doom 64 as well. I should really get into playing Doom. I think Doom is like a really good series. I want to try out eventually. The second question he asked is, what is the most stupid thing you've ever done? I got a funny story about that. You know, I used to dabble in the za a little bit, you know. I went to this dispensary and I got it was like a drink, like a weed drink, and it had like 100 milligrams on it. I was playing Mario Kart with my friends, and I was drinking, I drank 30 milligrams of that. And I'm like, I don't really feel shit. So I chugged the whole thing down, and momentarily I had to leave because I was panicking, and I took a shower, and my mom was hearing me stumble across the room, across the bathroom, and she knocked on my door. Mijo, ¿estás bien? And I'm like, I don't know, mom, I'm panicking. She drives me to the hospital. I'm not gonna lie, the car ride was pretty good. She drives me to the hospital, and before we got there, she was telling me, look, we can go, I won't be mad at you if you get admitted to the hospital, but if we go there and you decide you want to go back home, that's okay too. So we drive up to the hospital, and I tell my mom, she's like, you sure you want to go in? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. And she's like, okay. She goes to Jack in the Box. She orders me 2 tacos and a junior bacon cheeseburger, and I'm just devouring that shit on the way home. Yeah, that was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Just drinking 100 milligrams of THC. I'm never doing that again. And then the third question is, what is your most brutal injury? I'd say like a black eye from boxing. A friend like jabbed me right in the eye while we were sparring, and he gave me a black eye. I think that's the only like bad injury I've gotten. Never broken bones before. Next question comes from Karan. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. And the question is, would you perhaps do a Cathedral Knight playthrough using their weapons? To that, I answer, perhaps. Next question comes from that one Soulsborne gamer, and he asks, please put me in the video. But here's my questions. Should I buy DS1 Remastered or DS2? And what inspired you to do content? And finally, what is your favorite run you did? Okay, so you're in the video, bro. So the first question is should he buy DS1 Remastered or DS2? Here's a couple of things I could put in perspective before you buy. If you're looking for content and replayability, you could go either or, but I think 2 has the more bang for your buck, especially because you have like all 3 DLCs and whatnot. But before you decide on going 2, I recommend you watching a couple videos on it, because that game has like a lot of, like bad enemy placements in my opinion. But overall, I still think the game is good. I think it's really good, especially with the certain stuff that they add to it. If you're unsure about it, I would recommend you just like flipping a coin and whatever you, let's say for example, flip a coin heads or tails, and whatever you get, you know, if it's if you get the one that you didn't want, go with the other one. That's how I usually decide on certain stuff. But in my opinion, go for DS2. I like DS2, but you know, if you want to like more fleshed out and easier time, go with Dark Souls 1. That's what I'll say. The second question was, what inspired you to do content? Funny enough, I've been making YouTube videos since I was 15. You know, if you were to ask me back then, I just would have said I was really bored. But if you were to ask me now, I'd say like probably Yasmania is one of the bigger inspirations. The structure of his videos are like really similar, but I try to add my own like twist into it. And then the last question is, what is your favorite run I did? And that would be the Dragon Slayer's Great Axe run. Next question comes from Omar Walid. I hope I pronounced your name right. What's up, bro? How you doing? I'm doing good, man. How are you? I'm a little sleep deprived, but you know, we balling. So I'm gonna make this quick. What's your life outside of YouTube? Are you in college or question mark? And then face reveal. P.S. I'm still waiting on that broken straight sword vid. So first question. Right now I'm living in Mexico. It's not, you know, it's not that bad. I'm chilling. I'm tending to the dogs that are here, and I'm overall maintaining the house that I'm currently staying at. I don't really do much outside of YouTube right now. I have a lot of free time in my hands. You know, besides YouTube and tending to the dogs, all I really do is maintain the house and hang out with my girlfriend mostly, because she lives close by here as well. Currently, I'm not in school. I was thinking of like going into trade later on in my life, maybe when I'm much older. And as for face reveal, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really feel comfortable right now. I don't know. Though I will tell you this, if you dig really deep enough, and I'm talking like the depths from DS1 or maybe the abyss even, you'll find my face somewhere. If you look extremely deep enough, you'll find my face. I hope that answers your question. And as for the broken straight sword video, I definitely need to edit that for sure. I'll get to it as soon as I can. Next question comes from Hare, and they ask, will you ever do an Artorias or Ornstein run on DS3? Be really cool if you did any of those. Oh, absolutely, man. 100%, I'm down. It's just a matter of time, really, but I got you guys for sure. I might do those as one-off videos too if you guys like really want them. Rank 17 Legend asks, favorite microwave brand? I don't really use a microwave, man. I have an air fryer. Leo Phillips commented, found out about you just today, actually, bruh. You a whole vibes. But some questions are, what's the upload schedule gonna look like? And the next question is, do you plan on focusing on DS3 gameplay, or are there gonna be others involved? My upload schedule is kind of fucked. I want to be more consistent in uploading, but recording and making the videos are like extremely tough to make. You know, that's something I wanna get down. I'm aiming for like 1, maybe 2 videos a week at the most right now, because I am playing through the whole game and I'm not a speedrunner, you know, so that shit does take time. As I said in the other questions, I do plan on playing other games, especially from the Soulsborne series, but if you guys want to see others, I'm extremely down for it. I want to do Blasphemous too. I think that's the game I might like gear towards next, if it's not like a FromSoft game. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how to pronounce your name, so I'm just gonna call you Lo-Fi Girl. Lo-Fi profile picture. Congrats, what is your favorite DS3 smoke spot? Irithel Dungeon, you know, Irithel Dungeon. Fuck, wait. Not Irithel Dungeon, fuck no. That is a nightmare spot. Irithel or the Boreal Valley's gotta be, you know, top 3 for sure. That one spot in Cathedral of the Deep is pretty good too. Cemetery of Ash is pretty good too. Those are like the top 3 for sure. All right, the homie Glenn Palmer asks, what is your favorite way to smoke that Zaza? Love the content, bro. Keep it up, king. Thank you, man. Thank you for the comment and the question. I would have to say just like a bong or like vape. I think those are I think vape is like more conventional, more easier access, but the bong's pretty good too, you know. I don't really smoke Za anymore as much as I'd like to, but yeah. Bro, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce your name, man. I apologize, but my man's question is, what is something you enjoy most about in Dark Souls game that aren't main aspects like bosses or the world? Does boss design count? Not boss design, does like enemy design count? I think that's like, I don't know, I think enemy design is really good in my opinion for sure. Next question comes from Old Boy C, and the question is, what video editor do you use, bro? Your videos are absolutely fire. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you. And I use Premiere Pro. You know, Premiere Pro hits different when it's not crashing 24/7. That's the software I use. It's pretty, you know, it's pretty nifty, pretty good. Next question comes from ManShadow123, and the question is, Latina baddies or Asian baddies? I'm more of that booty fat, you know where I'm at kind of guy, so yeah, it could really go either way, honestly. 8-Ball Orca asks, what is your favorite Souls balls? What is your favorite Souls boss? Like I said, Nameless King. He's my favorite boss. Next question comes from 5AQJ. I think that's supposed to say Gat. I don't know. Sorry if I butchered your name. That's a really cool profile picture though. Very abstract for sure. Question is, cheesecake or cake?
Do you like cheesecake at all?
I love cheesecake. Sensational.
Okay, next question comes from Wasaki5990. The question is, have you played Bloodborne? And if you have, would you consider ever making a video on it? Like I said, I would love to make Bloodborne videos, but the only problem I have is I don't have a PlayStation 4 or 5. So yes, the answer to your question is yes. I will get to it eventually. Next question comes from David Win 4153. Tell us about yourself. Things you like, your name, your pet's name, the address to your child. What the fuck? I will answer 3 out of the 5 questions you asked. Things that I like playing video games and I like boxing. That's something a lot of people don't know about me, is I like boxing. My name is Anthony, and that's the only thing you're gonna get. And then my pet's name, I have a dog named Walter. He's pretty chill. Next question comes from my day one queso, and he asks, are you ever gonna go through every weapon in DS3? I know you didn't word it like that, but you get the idea. To answer your question, I only plan on going over the unique ones. You know, the ones that I find the most interesting, but you know, eventually I might get through all of them. Next question comes from Kyle Lip, and he asks, favorite fast food chicken sandwich. I love the Carl's Jr. spicy chicken sandwich, man. That sandwich has held me down for years. Next question comes from Kasan. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I butchered it. And the question is will you ever do the guts sword? 100% I'm down. I want to cover as much weapons as I can in DS3, so I'm down to do the guts great sword eventually. Okay, next question comes from Twig Eater 67, and he asks, Pyromancy Son or Sorcerer Daughter? Pyromancy Son all the way, bro. All the way, Pyromancy Son. That man's a straight Chad if he uses Pyromancy. Next question comes from my homie Bread 1738. And he asks, PS5 Pro or 700 Arizonas? This is like dinner with Jay-Z or $500,000. Man, fuck the PlayStation 5 Pro. Give me the 700 Arizonas. Can I choose a flavor too, actually? Hold on. Next question comes from Battery Acid 3832, and he asks, will you ever branch away from Software games? I feel like your video structures would work well for other challenge runs and other games. And to answer your question is yes and no. I mean, I'll still keep doing like FromSoft games for sure, but I'll for sure, like, you know, do other games. I think Blasphemous is the one that I want to do the most. Blasphemous 2 specifically. You know what? Sometime this month, I'll set time aside to make a Blasphemous 2 video, and if you guys like it, I'll post more of it. But for now, it's just DS3. But yeah, I'm very interested in making other challenge runs for sure. All right, next question comes from Shadowmind 2500, and he says, simple question. How many hours do you have on DS3? So on my PlayStation account, I have like over 200, and on Steam, I have about like 500 hours. So like 700 hours in Dark Souls 3, around there. Next question comes from my brother from another mother, Mike, and he asks, when will you play Baldur's Gate 3? And to that, I answer is, here are the conditions if you want me to play Baldur's Gate 3. You gotta play Dark Souls 2. You gotta beat all of Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. And what I mean by that is you gotta beat every single boss within the game, and you have to live stream it. Those are my conditions if you want to play if you want me to play Baldur's Gate 3. Thank you and good luck. But also shout out the homie Mike. Next question comes from Cookie Snatcher 64, and he asks, have you ever played Sekiro? Dude, I love Sekiro. I absolutely love Sekiro. The combat is like very, very fun to, you know, play around with, especially with the prosthetic tools. I think those are like really creative as well. And when you like deflect, when you like deflect perfectly, oof, that should be hitting different. But yeah, I have played Sekiro. It's a fun game. Next question comes from Patches, and you fucking kidding me? This man asked, do it fart? Maybe queef? Nah, but that shit do jiggle though. I mean, huh? Next question comes from Solaire, and he asks, do you play Call of Duty? Not as much as I did back then, but yeah, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. I think the last game I stopped in was like Vanguard or Cold War. No. The last Call of Duty game I stopped playing was MW2. I didn't even bother with MW3. I want to get Black Ops 6 though. All right, I got like 2 more questions left, and that is from the man, the myth, the samurai, Achilo. Is it Achilo or Akilo? Akilo the Stalker, and he asked, what's your favorite boss? What has been your favorite run? And promote my channel. I got you. So my favorite boss is Nameless King. My favorite run has been the Dragon Slayer's Great Axe run. Getting it early was a pretty fun thing to do. And the last question comes from the one, the only Flying Omni, and he asks, do I play Dark Souls 3? And congrats on 5K. Hopefully 10K won't be too far off from the horizon. Thank you, but the answer to your question is fuck no.